win it in extra innings. Today, Indians fans get their first look at Derek Lowe, next on Channel 3. Downtown Cleveland, Ohio, it's Indians baseball. We welcome you in on this Easter Sunday as the Tribe tries to salvage the finale in this three-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. If this was, at any point during the regular season, and we'd be talking about the Indians maybe mired in a mini slump over the course of two games. But because it's the first two games of the regular season, it draws a lot more attention. And the fact of the matter is, in the first two games, the Indians haven't hit much.
Well, let's not panic. I mean, it is two games. They had opportunity to win two games. The only way they're scoring nowadays is the home run. Jason Kipnis turned on a nice inside fastball there to give him a 2-0 lead. But the big home run, Cabrera comes to tie the game up. He got on top of a fastball. Okay, now after you tie it up in the ninth inning, you win that ball game, everything is great. They just haven't been able to get the key hit when needed. When you look at their numbers, 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position. 6 of their 8 runs have scored coming via the home run ball. Last year, when they won 8 straight ball games, they hit 322 with runners in scoring position in the month of April. They have to hit when it counts.
5 of their 12 hits this year have been for extra bases, so there's the silver lining. They just need more of them now. Take a look at today's pitching matchup as we get our first look at Derek Lowe in an Indians uniform.
Well, the wily old veteran's going to get his first start, and hopefully he can follow suit from the first 2 starts of Masterson and Jimenez in his career at Progressive Field 3-2. He'll be matched up against the rookie, Joel Carino, who is last year 1-0. He pitched very well. They like him. He doesn't have a big heart rate. He doesn't get caught up in emotion. He's going to get the start for Toronto this afternoon.
Our Nissan Road Ahead pitching matchup. Get to a Nissan dealer for great deals on innovation you can count on. We'll be back with all of today's action as the Indians try to get the finale against the Blue Jays here at Progressive Field. It's all straight ahead on Channel 3. Welcome to opening week, presented by Burger King. Well, cloudy conditions, light breeze blowing in from the left field foul pole today. As Derek Lowe takes the hill to face John Farrell's Toronto Blue Jays. And the Jays starting lineup brought to you by Kia. Yunel Escobar in the leadoff spot, followed by Kelly Johnson and then Jose Bautista. Adam Lynn, Edwin Encarnacion, and Brett Laurie. Eric Thames, Colby Rasmus, and Jeff Mathis will get his first start behind the dish today.
Indian starting pitcher Derek Lowe, brought to you by Burger King, proud sponsor of opening week baseball. And Lowe, just one of 3 pitchers with 160 or more wins, 80 saves. The other 2, well, one Hall of Famer, another soon-to-be, John Smoltz. And Derek Lowe, a guy, a sinker ball pitcher, a pitch to contact guy. He's going to put it in play, and hopefully when they put it on the ground, it finds a position player.
And pitch down low to Escobar, who has gone just 2 for 14 in the series. Lowe leans him back. 3 balls, no strikes. Pours it in there. And the 3-1. Headed up the middle. Cabrera cuts it off and throws him out.
Take a look at the Indians defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. It's Duncan, Brantley, and Chu in the outfield. It's Hanahan, Cabrera on the left side. Kipnis and Kochman is on the right, with Carlos Santana catching his 3rd day in a row.
Over the outside corner for a strike to Kelly Johnson. 3 for 10 with a home run in the series. High chopper towards first. Kochman has it. He'll flip to Lowe, who beats him to the bag for out number 2. 2 ground ball outs to start for Derek Lowe.
That's a good sign. Exactly what you want to see. Lowe has always been a pitcher, 6'5", and that ball sinks down in the zone. The guys just seem to beat on the top half of the baseball and keep it in the ground. Make your defense work. He's been a starter. He's been a reliever. He's been durable. He will give you innings, and he still has the attitude. Even though the oldest member of the Indians roster, he still acts like an 18-year-old kid.
Derek Lowe is one of only 8 pitchers a year ago who made 34 starts. We saw our Lexus League leaders, brought to you by your Cleveland area and Akron area Lexus dealers. Pitch outside. Of those 8 pitchers last year who made 34 starts, 4 were above 500, led by Justin Verlander, who was off the charts, and 4 were below. Derek Lowe, though, last year was really a victim of a lack of run support. I mean, Atlanta just did not score. He had the 7th lowest run support among the National League starters. They averaged just a tick over 3.5 runs a game per 9 innings.
Well, and his fault. He had a terrible September.
He lost all 5 of his September starts.
Atlanta really went south, and they let St. Louis right back into it.
But in those 5 starts, Atlanta scored 6 runs total. I mean, he'd have had to have been superhuman to come out any better. You don't score, you can't win. Today's injury report brought to you by Elk & Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Good news for David Huff. Should be back on the hill before long. 2 down, a runner at first, and Adam Lynn takes a strike. Lynn has gone 1 for 8 with a double in this series. Big bouncing ball to second. Kipnis throws him out. And a scoreless first for Derek Lowe in his Indians debut. Tribe coming to bat when we come back. Bottom of the first for the Indians. And the Tribe starting lineup presented by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Michael Brantley as Dribble Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo at the top. Carlos Santana, Travis Hafner, and Shelley Duncan in the middle. Casey Kochman, Jason Kipnis, Jack Hanahan rounded out. Same starting lineup for the first 3 games this year for Manny Acta.
Joel Carreño is the starter for the Jays today, brought to you by Burger King, proud sponsor of opening week baseball. Last year, only 11 appearances for the Jays. He had 24 down in Double-A, but he did a nice job. They liked the way he threw the ball. They felt like the kid, he never panicked when he got out there. He wasn't at all, so he ended up getting the job in spring training. When they sent Brent Cecil down, had a bad outing, they said, all right, John Farrell said, saw enough of Cecil, give me this young man right here. And he's back into the rotation.
Michael Brantley looking at a strike, just 1 for 11 to start the campaign.
He's trying something different. The Sox up today. He's showing the Sox.
Ground ball to short. Escobar throws him out, 1 down.
Take a look at the Home Depot Blue Jays defense this afternoon. Thames, Rasmus, Bautista in the outfield. Laurie, Escobar, Johnson, and Lind on the infield. The difference, Mathis makes his first start for the Jays this year. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
And as Dribble Cabrera with a hot smash to first, but Lynn is there, 2 down. Mike Everett calling the balls and strikes today. Paul Schreiber is at first. The crew chief Tim Welke at second. Mark Carlson down at third. Shin-Soo Choo, 1 for 9 in the series, will bat here with 2 down and the bases empty. As it is with any lineup, the guys at the top are so important because when they get on, they call them the table setters for a reason. So far, Brantley and Cabrera just haven't been able to get on and really cause any kind of turmoil for the pitcher. Choo, Santana, Hafner, they've combined to lead off an inning already 10 times. You want those guys hitting with people on in front of them.
That's true with any team. Yeah, if you can get the first 2 guys out before you face the big boys, that's what that's your goal. That's done by design. The funny thing is, everybody, okay, they're not hitting there. They had an opportunity to win 2 games that they played. If you're 2-0, you're not talking the negative things. You're more looking at the positive.
Choo strikes out, and we are scoreless after 1.
McDonald's. Hop over to McDonald's for juicy chicken McBites. McDonald's, I'm loving it. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers.
Second inning here as Edwin Encarnacion leads off for Toronto and a swing and a miss. The count 0-2. Encarnacion, Brett Laurie, and Eric Thames for Toronto in the second. One and two the count. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes for Encarnacion. Broke the bat. And as Dribble Cabrera will throw him out, the barrel wound up almost to third base. Our stat of the game is brought to you by your Northern Ohio GMC dealers. Indian starters this year have been terrific. Justin Masterson got things started on opening day, and then Ubaldo Jimenez followed him up with a pretty good effort yesterday.
You got that man that's going to start tomorrow, Josh Tomlin. He'll be pitching against the Chicago White Sox tomorrow night.
Here is Brett Laurie, who after a slow start has 3 straight hits in his last 3 trips to the plate. 1-1 the count. One ball and 2 strikes. In the air, left center, coming in Duncan. He gives way to Brantley, 2 down.
First out in the air today.
Great clip of the game from yesterday. Ubaldo Jimenez, who was terrific as we mentioned. He did a nice job of commanding his fastball first and foremost. Then the off-speed pitches were just dazzling. 7 innings, he allowed 2 runs on 1 hit. The 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Great clips. It's going to be great. Eric Thames sounded like he cracked his back, and a weak tapper to the mound. 1, 2, 3 go the Blue Jays. We'll move to the bottom half of the second inning. Scoreless in Cleveland. 51 degrees today here at the old ball yard on this Easter Sunday. As the Indians try to get in the win column for the first time, they'll send Carlos Santana, Travis Hafner, and Shelly Duncan to the plate against Joel Carreño. The birthday boy, Carlos Santana, celebrating his 26th birthday here today. He's done a lot of work. 28 innings, 30 now behind the plate.
Well, John Farrell gave Aaron Sebia the day off. JP Aaron Sebia, the catcher for Toronto, but Santana right back in there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And early in the year, you don't need days off. You need to get into grooves as players, you know. They'll come in here. We'll have Thursday off before we head out on the 9-day trip. That's why a lot of times teams won't need their number 5 starter till probably mid-month. You know, a lot of times with off days here and there.
Well, that would have been the case for the Indians if not for the suspension of Jimenez.
Right.
The 2-1. A little bit outside, but as it is now, Ubaldo has dropped his appeal. He'll serve his suspension beginning today. He'll miss the next 5 games, so he'll be eligible to start next Saturday in Kansas City. So Genmar Gomez will make a start between now and then. The 3-1. Hit pretty well to center field. Back goes Rasmus, still going back, and it is gone. Carlos Santana to straightaway center field gives the Indians a 1-0 lead.
Happy birthday is right.
The birthday boy delivers here at Progressive Field.
Well, I'll tell you get the count in your favor, and he puts a nice swing on the baseball. He got one right down Broadway and stayed on it and hit it straight away center field over the 400-foot sign. So the streak continues. The Indians hit the long ball. They get a run. So they'll take a lead again, 1-0. Santana is first this year.
Now Travis Hafner takes a strike. One ball, 1 strike. So the Indians have now had the lead, the first lead in all 3 of these games against Toronto. Up and away, 2 balls and a strike. Once again, Carreño misfiring. He's behind Hafner now, 3-1.
Pretty much a sinker slider type pitcher as what we have seen to this point. But when you fall behind in counts, you got to come in with your fastball. Hitters will definitely make you pay, and that's what the Indians hitters could use right now. Good hitters counts.
And on the 3-1, he pulled the string on him.
Yes,
he
did. He didn't go fastball like he did to Santana. He pulls the string, and Hafner comes up empty.
And the payoff pitch. Missed outside. It's ball 4. Let's check in for the first time today with Katie Witham.
Hey guys, well, we've got some exciting baseball going on, and it's just going to keep getting better out here at Progressive Field. 14 different days. We are going to have fireworks shows, including 2 Rock and Blast. Go online, Indians.com, check out the dates, and get your tickets for those now. Matt?
And Shelly Duncan with Hafner at first. 1 for 6 so far for Shelley Duncan. Caught the outside corner for strike 1. Down low. Evens things up. Breaking ball in for a strike. Mathis trying to get him to a pitch he likes. He's got one. And Duncan just slapped at it. Shattered his bat. And he'll go get a new piece of lumber. Just like
Split
peel
right,
the layer off right down.
Well, right off the end. I'm wondering, he may use a cupped bat, because what happens when you hit it off the end, you see that's a cupped end.
Bat.
It splinters right there. Just a little too quick on the breaking ball. He has a tendency to cheat so much when you get to the fastball or anything hard and inside, he pulls it. Well, that's what happens when you hit it off the end.
Almost hit him. And it's even up at 2-2. Lots of off-speed pitches from Joel Carreño, and that was the book on him coming in. Boy, they are really playing Duncan to pull the ball. Almost a 3-man shift on the left side.
Well, the Rays, they do play Duncan with 3 on that side.
He almost pulled it over the bag fair, but it's just a little bit on the foul side of third.
And that's why you do it, because he almost, he hits everything that way. You could actually put their second baseman on that side if they wanted to.
Yeah, I'm almost surprised they don't. You could pull your shortstop over into the hole. Swing your second baseman around to cover the left side of the bag. Off the end of the bat foul.
Almost did the same thing.
He's
again.
looking at the end of it right now saying, that one held up. When those pitches are hanging, they're up, so he's able to get a piece of it. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Carreño has thrown 25 in the game so far. We're in the second inning with nobody out, 2-2, and he strikes him out. Second strikeout for the Blue Jays right-hander, 1 down in the inning. Let's have a look at our trivia question today, brought to you by AT&T. 3 players share the record for most opening day home runs with 8. We'll have the answer coming up later in the game. Figure there has to be some longevity involved in that question, or in that answer. Here's Casey Kochman. Kochman has an RBI, but he's trying to get on the board with his first hit. 0 for 12 so far. Hafner a modest lead at first. Well, that's just being too cute, and that's a way you end up getting yourself in trouble. I mean, you're not going to pick him off when he's 2 steps away from the bag. Lynn was just playing in front of Travis.
He's not going anywhere.
No.
I mean, where's Hafner going? Although
a little bit too high, 2-0.
Half will come in today and say, you see him trying to pick me off of first base. With that speed, I'm putting the pressure on the pitcher. He'll have fun with it.
Well, what Carreño's doing is he's taking away from Lynn, who's trying to protect the hole over on that right side.
Right.
Now he's got to worry that Carreño might fire a seed over there at him. The 2-0. That's a called strike. Cincinnati has put 3 on the board in the first inning against the Marlins down at Great American Ballpark. And Detroit out to an early 1-0 lead over Boston. They're trying for a sweep of the Red Sox. What did Boston start last year, 0-8?
They were close to it. They left here 0-6. And then I think they beat the Yankees. They went home and beat the Yankees 2 out of 3.
Everybody points to the meltdown at the end of the year, but you lose your first 6 or 8 out of your first 10. That nobody remembers that at the end of the season.
Well, and Tampa, remember, got off to such a slow start. The Rays as well. They couldn't score. I think they averaged 1 run for the first 9 or 10 games.
Well, Casey Kochman now with a full count. And the payoff pitch. We'll do it again at 3-2. Joel Carreño, who made this club after Brett Cecil floundered down the stretch in spring training. That's a left-hander who's shown promise at times, but more times than not, he has been a frustrating pitcher for John Farrell and company. The 3-2, Hafner goes, and the grounder hit to Lynn. He still goes to second to get the force. Hafner didn't slide, and he is out at second for out number 2.
He took for granted that they were just going to make the play. You got to go in there, and you have to slide. And I think that was the difference in that play. Maybe if he slides, he's in there safe. We'll take a look at it. Lynn takes a peek, and he sees Hafner. He just sort of, he held up. He didn't go in there firm enough to get down on the ground to slide, and they get the lead runner. Yeah, that's a mistake.
Man with 2 down, Jason Kipnis to the plate. Good stop by Mathis. This is a good sign for Toronto because Mathis, we know defensively, has always been good. When he was with the Angels, he was the defensive part of that combo behind the plate. You don't expect much from him offensively, but Kipnis trying to pull it through the hole. He does. He gets it by Johnson. And Kochman has to hold at second. So 2 on with 2 out here in inning number 2 as Jason Kipnis has his second hit on the year.
This ball looked like it hit off the end of the bat because it was placed perfectly. It was up there. A changeup that he left upstairs. Kipnis might have got that off the end a little bit, but he had it right directly in the hole. And Johnson wasn't going to flag it down, so a 2-out base hit for Jason. Giving Hanahan an opportunity now with 2 outs to add to the 1-0 lead.
It was opening day when Jack Hanahan had the big 2-out 3-run homer in the second inning. And he lines one to center field. It's sinking, and it drops in front of Rasmus. Coming around third, Kochman. He's going to try to score, and he will as the ball is cut off, and the Indians make it 2-0. Hanahan with another 2-out RBI. That's his 4th run batted in now on the year. Kipnis stopping at second. And the Indians have scored 2 in the inning, and Michael Brantley will be the 7th man to bat in the inning.
That's what we're looking for right here. This will go as our McDonald's. I'm loving it. Another pitch upstairs by Carreño. He's going to get himself in trouble. That's a flat sinker that's staying up, and Hanahan gets a 2-out base hit. Those are the ones that count. They take pressure off your offense. Once you get the first one, you can almost take a deep breath and say, okay, boys, let's go to work. So with that big 2-out base hit, it's a 2-run inning and a chance to add to it.
Joel Carreño only needed 7 pitches to get the first 3 outs of this game. He's made 29 pitches and counting here in the second inning as Michael Brantley steps in with 2 on, 2 down. In the dirt, another good stop by Mathis. And Carreño fires, it's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. John Farrell has watched Carreño struggle here in this second inning. Brantley takes a strike. It's 2-1. The starting pitchers really for both teams have been dynamite. But the Indians breaking through with the 2 spot here. Looking for more. And it's low, 3-1. You think back to opening day and the left-hander for Toronto who got the opening day start. You know, it was that one bad inning. But after that, he really settled down and did a nice job.
Ricky Romero?
Yeah, Ricky Romero.
He's a good pitcher.
I mean, it looked like he was on the verge of getting knocked out of that game. But he wound up giving them a pretty good start. The 3-1. Brantley takes it's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Second walk in the inning by Carreño. And the 8th man to bat is Asdrubal Cabrera.
Well, they certainly could deliver a nice little knockout punch here if they can keep it going. A couple walks in the inning. It all started with a Carlos Santana solo home run to lead the inning off. He was ahead in the count, 3-1, got a fastball, hit it to straightaway center.
He takes a first pitch strike. One grand slam in the career of Asdrubal Cabrera. It came back in April of 2009 in New York against the Yankees. And it's quickly 0-2. Look at what he did last year. 7 for 11 in bases loaded situations. Now he's got to just try to put it in play down 0-2. Came inside and missed.
Boy, and you didn't really see him jump out of the way of that. He just sort of made a little move. You want to come in there and, you know, take a chance of hitting him.
2-0 Cleveland. Bases loaded, 2 down on the 1-2 pitch. Got a piece and stays alive.
Just staying alive there on top of that breaking ball.
Kipnis at third, Hanahan at second, Brantley at first. Carreño with a 1-2. And a ground ball to second. Johnson from the outfield grass, and the inning is over. But Carlos Santana gets the Indians on the board first with his first home run, celebrating his 26th birthday, and the Tribe out to a 2-0 lead. By Miller Lite. Sporting a James Laurinaitis jersey there.
Alrighty.
Colby Rasmus, Jeff Mathis, Yunel Escobar for Toronto. And a fly ball to left for Shelley Duncan. One away.
Well, you can bring all your friends down to Progressive Field this year with the Indians Flex Packs. It's presented by Discount Drug Mart. You have 10 tickets to use however you want. You can bring 10 friends all at once or come 5 different times with another buddy. It's all depends on how you want to use it. Call 216-420-HITS. Log on to Indians.com.
Mathis cuts and misses. It's 0-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. It's just me, or is it Manny have more eyewear than most managers? Seemed like he's got a different pair of spectacles for all occasions.
You'd have to ask him that.
Sunny, rain.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Swung on and missed. He gets the strikeout. First one for Derek Lowe. 2 down.
Going to expand the strike zone with that slider. Gets him to chase it down and away. Mathis is one of those guys when he was with the Angels, though, when he did get playing time, he seemed to find a way to get hits when we were out there in Anaheim.
Fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Bases empty here in the third. A little bit low, 1-2. That'll even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, he said it was just inside, but that was not inside by much. And from 0-2 to 3-2.
You know, that was inside, but that's a tough pitch not to swing at, you know, because you're protecting. But his ball moves all over. See, that's the same pitch he swung at.
That's a foul ball at the third base side.
He took it the first time to get the 3-2, but you swing at it that time, and you can see that was a ball. It was this exact same pitch. You see where Santana's sitting, but his ball has so much movement. And that's about all he can do with it. And he was lucky that it went foul. Tough to center on those pitches that continue to move, and it's late movement into the strike zone and out of it.
On the ground, the shortstop Cabrera with a terrific stop. Gets up, throws. Kochman with a stretch to get him. Cat quick reaction by Asdrubal Cabrera to take a hit away from Escobar. Two 2-0 Cleveland, bottom of the third here at Progressive Field. And while Derek Lowe has cruised through the first 3 innings, making 40 pitches, it took Toronto starter Joel Carreño 39 tosses to get through that second inning alone.
Yeah, he threw 1 ball in the first inning and came back in the second, threw 18.
Second baseman Kelly Johnson takes care of Shin-Soo Choo for out number 1. Carlos Santana with a home run on his 26th birthday. For more on that, here's Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, last season there was a little bit of inconsistency within his touchdown point and his stride. Basically, he was transferring too much weight up front too soon, really throwing off his contact point. Now, hitting coach Bruce Fields told me this season they've really worked on him driving his hands, but also using his entire body together to find that power.
Well, no question he has power. I think with one of the keys they try to do is get him to stay on the baseball and use more of the field from this side of the plate. And that's a good sign when you see him hit a home run to straightaway center field on a 3-1 fastball where he doesn't cheat on it and try and pull it. He used the big part of the ballpark, and he's strong enough to go out there.
trying to limit some of his pre-pitch movement at the plate, too. He's a guy who has a lot of movement when he's at the dish. He takes a called third strike, 2 down here in inning number 3. Our University Hospitals minor league update. Matt Laporta last night in a 6-4 victory for the Columbus Clippers. Went 2 for 5, hit a 3-run homer. And off to a red-hot start at AAA. Travis Hafner walked his first time up. A little bit outside. And the count 2-0. After taking a strike. He did not go, and the count is 3-1. Hafner climbs in with that 3-man shift on the right side. Carreño with a 3-1. And it's low, ball 4. So Hafner walks for the second time today. And it will give Shelley Duncan a chance to bat with 2 down. The Indians offensively not doing much in the first 2 games. But Manny Acta said, you know, first and foremost, it's 2 games. So you can't get too caught up in the fact that they haven't swung the bats well because it is just 2 games. But he said the thing that he has seen is that there have been a number of players who've had good at-bats. And he said sometimes you might get a hit. Doesn't mean necessarily it was a good at-bat. You get jammed on a pitch and you might find a hole or flare it over somebody's head. That doesn't necessarily mean it was a good at-bat. Sure, it looks great because you got a hit at the end of the day. But he said, I've seen some good at-bats that haven't worked out where guys just haven't, gotten the end result. But he sees positive signs, unlike a club that's just flailing away, and be a lot different in that case where there wasn't much hope at the end of the tunnel.
You know as well as I know, you always have to see results eventually.
This is a tough ball up in that sky, but it's the third baseman, Laurie, who has it and ends the inning. Through 3, it's the Indians 2 and the Blue Jays nothing. Indians leading it 2-0 on this Easter Sunday as we head to the fourth inning. Kelly Johnson, Jose Bautista, and Adam Lynn for Toronto. Derek Lowe delivers low, ball one. 25 of his 41 pitches have been strikes so far. Ground ball up the gut, backhanded by Kipnis. He knocks it down but can't make the play. And Johnson is aboard to start the fourth. I think Kipnis feels like it's a play he should have made.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. That ball right there on the backhand side looked like he closed his glove or it hit the heel. Just right there in the middle of it. That's a play you want to make. Doesn't make it. Go as an error. It's a hit. That's kind.
Why does the scoreboard have error?
Because they're right.
Oh, they changed it. Okay.
The Kegler threw a gutter ball. No, that's a play that he should make.
Jose Bautista turns on it but yanks it foul. And Lowe comes right back with a strike to make the count 0-2. Bounced foul third base side. It stays 0-2. Not only is Derek Lowe a guy with a lot of pure experience, but he's also pitched in 7 different postseasons. So he's got the experience of the long haul and what it's like to pitch when everything's on the line. Just missed outside.
You know, he has made, when he has guys down in the count with 2 strikes, when he's missed, he's just missed, and they're just not biting. Those are good pitches. A lot of times, and you will see throughout the course of the year that you will see guys swing and protecting because of the movement on his pitches. This Bautista's got a good eye, and he's, you know, you lay off some tough pitches.
Now the 1-2. Hit to center. Brantley pulls it down. Back to first goes Johnson, 1 away. Let's pause for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. With Rick Manning and Katie Witham, I'm Matt Underwood. Indians with a 2-0 lead over the Blue Jays. Here in the fourth inning, 1 on, 1 out for Adam Lynn. Our next telecast on Channel 3 will come Saturday night from Kansas City when the Indians battle the Royals. Saturday night at 7 o'clock, only on Channel 3, your official Cleveland Indians station. Weekly hit. This is Hanahan with that shift on. He can't come up with it. He bobbled it. One of the rare times you will ever see Hanahan misplay a ball. He had it. But on the transfer, Rick, he just didn't come up with the bare hand when he tried to get it out of his glove.
Well, it was almost like he was a shortstop in that situation because the defense was really played over there. Watch how far he has to go. And it's just a shuffle. He's going to underhand it. And it just fell out of his glove when he went to get the hand and flip it to second. Watch. Never really transferred it to the hand. So there's another break So they're getting a couple extra outs in this inning by the infielders. And I was going to say, when Lowe's on the mound, when you're an outfielder and you do get a ball in the air, you're almost shocked because Lowe's a dead ground ball pitcher. He's always been one of the league's best when it comes to getting the ground ball. So as an infielder, you're ready on every pitch, and you certainly don't want to make any mistakes. They've made 2 in this inning, although one was credited with a hit. He's still 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning.
Encarnacion came up empty. Bautista was the guy that did hit the ball in the air and hit it a ton, really, to deep center field, but Brantley was able to run that down. But you're right, you can get lulled into a sense of false security out there in the outfield, thinking, "Oh, they're never going to hit one out here."
Well, that's true with sinker ball pitcher like that. You're right.
Pop foul out of play.
But it's different on the infield. You know, here we go. You're ready on every pitch, and they should be. Tomorrow will be a different story. Josh Tomlin, everybody's ready on every pitch because he throws so many strikes
and rapid fire,
and more so in the air than on the ground.
A little bit outside, and again, Derek Lowe with a look towards home plate. He feels like he should be getting some of those calls from Mike Everett. But the Toronto hitters, to their credit, they aren't biting either. That's hit well, deep left, and that's going to get at least 1 home as Johnson scores. Lynn coming around third is going to be held there as Duncan played it well and got it in quickly. But now runners at second and third with 1 out.
Well, that's a pitch he left upstairs, and I'm sure it has direct correlation to the pitch before where he didn't get a call. Going to have to elevate it and bring it up a little bit more, and he had to pay the price there. See where Santana's sitting, and there it is. Center cut, 87-mile-an-hour sinker. And he made him pay. Double into the left field corner. So Toronto on the board with a chance to add.
Couple of defensive miscues and a close call that didn't go his way, and Lowe is now just trying to minimize damage as Laurie fouls it back over the screen. Hit well to right. Chu is there.
This will be fun.
Lynn tags at third. He's coming home. Chu's throw is not in time. It was close, and Santana applied the tag, and now here comes Manny Acta out to argue. Manny Acta pointing to where he started his slide and saying, how could he slide from there all the way to home plate without getting tagged?
I love the throw. You can't make a better throw than Chu did. Well, I like to see Manny Acta out of the dugout, too. That's good. That was a bang-bang play. That'll tie the game. And it looked like, to me, from my angle, he did get the foot in there, but it was an excellent throw. Here it comes. The throw goes up. There's the foot. Here comes the tag. So his foot was on the plate. But it certainly was bang-bang. There it is. See, by the time the tag comes around the shoulder or the neck area, his foot was on. But look at that throw by Chu. Outstanding. Right on the money.
2 down. Eric Thames steps in. We're tied at 2. Hard ground ball to Kipnis. He'll gobble this up, and that ends the inning. Blue Jays come back with a pair. We're tied at 2, middle of the 4th. 2-2, bottom of the fourth. Colby Rasmus, Jeff Mathis, and Yunel Escobar. Slider making his rounds throughout the ballpark here today. Indians got 2 in the second inning. Carlos Santana, a solo homer, and then a 2-out RBI hit by Jack Hanahan. Hanahan due up third this inning. But the Blue Jays taking advantage of a couple of defensive mishaps, and they played a pair to tie the game. Kochman, a fielder's choice, his first time up, rolled one over to first. Two balls, no strikes. Joel Carreño with the 2-1. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Line drive, base hit to left field for Kochman. His first hit as an Indian. And the Tribe gets their leadoff man aboard.
Taking that little sinker down and away and stayed on it nicely. Slaps it the other way for a base hit to left field. His first this year. That's got to feel good. Get that first one out of the way.
And now Jason Kipnis, who singled in the hole between first and second his first time up. Shortened the bunt, but takes it low for ball 1. Tigers lead the Red Sox 5-2. They're in the third at Comerica. Detroit trying to sweep Boston.
That's one potent lineup, that Tiger lineup.
Baltimore is also going for a sweep against Minnesota today. They have an early lead there. Kipnis with a fly ball that's caught by Batista for out number 1. Don't forget to check out Jimmy Hanlon on the Golf Zone tonight at 9 on STO. He'll get you up to date on the Masters, everything that transpired in the weekend. Another terrific golf tournament as it's shaping up for a fantastic finish once again. Plus, Jimmy will have all the answers to the questions you might have about your game. Now Jack Hanahan, single to center, driving in a run his first time up. This goes to the shortstop. Escobar will step on the bag, throw to first, and we'll go to the 5th, tied at 2.
with 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. And by Burger King, proud sponsor of opening week baseball.
Colby Rasmus flied to left his first time up. One ball, one strike. Jason Kipnis is there. Stops it, throws him out. One away. Once again, the AT&T trivia question. 3 players share the record for most opening day homers with 8.
Adam Dunn, Frank Robinson, and Ken Griffey.
All righty.
Dunn just hit one in Texas opening day this year.
Jeff Mathis went down swinging his first time up. Down the right field line. Chu going to track it down in the corner. Mathis will go into second base with a 1-out double. It was on this date, 1975, Frank Robinson.
Mr. Shylock right there, the umpire. How great is that?
Made his debut as player manager for the Indians and then inserted himself into the game with a home run off Doc Medich.
Look at that. Field was in good shape. He almost tripped twice. But yes, indeed, there was one of the 8 home runs, and it was huge. Sold out house, 75,000.
As Drupal Cabrera looks the runner back and throws out Escobar 2 away. Now to bring up Kelly Johnson, who singled and scored in the 4th, but it was a disputed single at best. Ground ball that Jason Kipnis got to.
I guarantee if you ask Kipnis after the game, should he have made that play, he'll be the first to tell you yes.
I think he did. I think he told Derek Lowe almost immediately. The 0-1. That's outside. As it stands, the error that was charged to Jack Hanahan, the first of the year for the Indians, and I believe they're the last American League club without an error coming in. Yeah. Weekly tap to second. Kipnis. And another strong inning for Derek Lowe. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 2. It's a 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 5th. Top of the order for the Indians, Michael Brantley is Drupal Cabrera and Shin-Soo Choo. Hope you're enjoying your Easter Sunday wherever you're joining us from this afternoon. Indians and Blue Jays wrapping up this 3-game series today. The Chicago White Sox will be in town starting tomorrow night for a 3-game series. Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday at 12:05. Series finale to wrap up the homestand. Brantley takes its ball 1. Close pitch, called a ball, and it's 3-0 for Brantley now. He walked in the second inning. And it's ball 4. So the leadoff man aboard with 4 straight wild ones. And the Indians will send us Drupal Cabrera to the plate. Our game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Carlos Santana's first home run of the year got the Indians off to the early lead. Jack Hanahan with a 2-out RBI single made it 2-zip, but the Blue Jays claw their way back with a pair in the 4th. And we are knotted up. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available at buyatoyota.com. Runner goes. Pitch up high, throw down, and Brantley is out.
Well, let's take a look at his jump. He's taken off first pitch after 4 straight balls. Sometimes, you don't want to do that because he's been all over the place and you want to make him throw a strike, but Michael was thrown out by a good throw by Jeff Mathis.
Cabrera takes a strike. It's 0-2. As Drupal Cabrera twice has grounded out today, 3 for 13 to start his year. And a weak bouncer to third, 2 down. Might have helped him out there on that 3-2 pitch. Sounded like he broke his bat to boot. And with 2 away, Shin-Soo Choo 0 for 2 will be the batter. Choo has struck out, grounded out, 1 for 11 in the series. And he lines one to base hit in the left. That'll keep the inning alive for Carlos Santana.
Choo's going to go down and stay on a sinker and hit it the other way. So that's hit number 5 for the Indians. They have the home run by Santana and 4 singles. But a 2-out single here will bring Santana back to the dish.
Santana with 2 hits on the year, but he also has drawn 4 walks. Which was the league best coming into today. $80 pitches already for Joel Carreño. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Santana with a long drive, deep right field. It is gone. Santana with a 2-out, 2-run homer puts the Indians back on top by 2. 4-2 Indians here in the 5th. So Carlos Santana having quite a 26th birthday here at Progressive Field. A solo shot in the 2nd. And now he hammers one to right to put the Tribe back in the lead.
Oh, picked on a slider that stayed middle of the plate. It speeds up his bat, and he hits it down the line just on top of their bullpen over the yellow line. So a couple of 2-out base hits will give the Indians a 4-2 lead, and Santana swinging a hot stick today.
And Travis Hafner with a couple of walks already today. Hard smash up the middle. That'll end the inning. But Carlos Santana has given the Indians quite a jolt today. A solo homer in the 2nd, a 2-run smash in the 5th. It's 4-2 Cleveland. Subway Extreme Fan Zone. It's the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and you'll get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. I'll say Batista just giving up on that pitch.
Well, do you see the paper that just blew past him over there? I think that was coming into play, and he saw it, and it sort of distracted him, so he just took that one all the way.
And that's yanked to left and foul. Bautista wasn't taking any chances as he darted down the line. But he'll head back to home plate. Boston has stormed back to take a 7-5 lead over the Detroit Tigers. They're still only in the third inning, according to the scoreboard. Hit weakly to short as Dribble Cabrera takes care of Bautista, one away.
Well, this season underway here at Progressive Field, and there's no better time to get your tickets in. There will be plenty of special promotions and giveaways throughout the season, including fireworks, rally alley, bobbleheads, and also jerseys. So you want to log on to Indians.com or call 216-4020-HITS for your dates and details.
Adam Lynn 0 for 2 on the day, looks at a first pitch strike from Derek Lowe, who has made 75 pitches in the game. 50 of those have been strikes. And he lines one into center field for a base hit. Just the fourth hit allowed by Derek Lowe today. Join Channel 3 Friday night for a live Rock Hall special. 10 days that rocked the world. We'll profile inductees, see who's rocking in Cleveland now. Learn what it takes to make it as a musician. Plus, they'll have special guests throughout the show. 10 days that rocked the world. Friday at 7. Only on Channel 3. Edwin Encarnacion with an RBI double in the fourth. He's 1 for 2 today. And 4 for 14 in the series. And he takes a strike. Strike at the knees. The 4 hits for Encarnacion. He and Kelly Johnson tied with the most hits in this opening series. Sky high pop. Santana over to the on deck circle, and he's got it. 2 down. Tell you, at the last minute, it almost looked like the sun popped out from behind the clouds, making it an even tougher play for Carlos.
See him take his eye off of it, get an idea where he was running, getting over to the screen.
Apparently, Carlos exited stage left. Brett Laurie looks at a ball down low. Laurie drove in a run with a sac fly in the fourth. Two balls, no strikes. We are in the 6th inning. With the Tribe on top 4-2, they've out-hit Toronto 6-4 in the game. A 3-0 count for Brett Laurie. Taking all the way. And Lowe trying to work his way back into the count. Getting some stirring out in the Indians bullpen now. 85 pitches for Derek Lowe. And a big chopper to short. Cabrera will go to second, and that'll end the inning. We head to the bottom half of the 6th here at Progressive Field. It's the Indians 4 and the Blue Jays 2. It's a 4-2 Indians lead, bottom of the 6th inning. Shelley Duncan will lead off for the Tribe. Then it's Casey Kochman and Jason Kipnis. Duncan 0 for 2. He has struck out, popped up. Fly ball, left center. Thames, the left fielder, takes it in for out number 1. Let's head back to the Hyundai Studios right now for an in-game update with Dave Chudowski.
Matt, thanks a lot. You talked about the Red Sox and Tigers. Let me show you what happened. 5-2 Detroit in the third, but that's when the Red Sox scored 5. Jacoby Ellsbury with a single to score Kelly Shopnick. It's 7-5 now. Boston in the third. Back to you.
That's got to seem like the longest third inning in the world
I have
for
a
Detroit
feeling
right
there's
now.
still a long way to go in that ball game.
Casey Kochman 1 for 2. He has singled and scored today. Seeing a few patches of blue sky as the clouds start to break up in and around Progressive Field. Kochman with a high drive and fouled on the right side. Carreño, the 2-1. Wide of the mark, 3 balls and a strike. Tampa Bay leads New York by a count of 2-0. They're trying to sweep the Yankees to start the year. Takes a strike, a full count. Meanwhile, the New York Mets are trying to sweep the Atlanta Braves to start their year. They lead 4-0 in the 6th. Baltimore still leads Minnesota 1-0. They're in the 5th. Minnesota Twins starting out the year 0-2. And the payoff pitch is fouled back. Jonathan Neese has a no-hitter through 6 in that game for the Mets against Atlanta.
Third pitcher that has gone 6 innings with a no-hitter this year.
Isn't that amazing already?
So far.
And the payoff pitch. Kochman with a liner to center. Rasmus there to grab it. 2 down. I'm trying to remember several years back if it wasn't. Did Atlanta throw a combined no-hitter early in a season? I know the Astros did it in the Yankees in interleague play. I thought maybe Atlanta had a combined no-hitter early in a season. That's the problem. You know, they were talking about it on opening night with Kyle Loesch as he got deeper into that game with it still intact. What does the manager do? Because everyone is so sensitive to pitch counts and that type of thing. It didn't come to it ultimately, so it didn't matter. Indians go 1-2-3. We'll go to the 7th, 4-2 Cleveland.
hard to Progressive Field. Lots of great deals going on, including the Perfect 10 Flex Pack right now, presented by Discount Drug Mart. Basically, you get 10 tickets. They're discounted off that regular ticket price, and you can use them however you want. All by yourself, 10 different games, or bring a group of 10 friends. Log on to Indians.com and get yours now. Matt, Rick, back up to you guys.
Thanks, Katie. Derek Lowe will start this 7th inning with 86 pitches under his belt and activity in the Indians bullpen as Joe Smith starts to loosen for the Tribe. Thames with a liner in the left for a base hit. And Toronto gets their leadoff man aboard for just the second time today.
Well, a good approach there. They're starting to stay on the baseball. That's pretty much the approach you have to take with Derek, the way that ball sinks and runs away from you. Stay on it. Don't try and pull it, because Lowe has had 12 ground ball outs going into this inning. Cabrera's had 6 assists. Kipnis has 4. Kochman, Lowe each have 1. So you try and stay on the ball.
Double play ball. Kipnis to Cabrera.
Doctor ordered.
Back to Kochman, a twin killer.
See, that's the beautiful thing about a sinker baller. When you make your pitch and they roll over on it, it was just a sinker. Here you go. And he banks on a guy trying to pull that ball. He did. Right into the strength of the defense. They turn the double play. 1 pitch, 2 outs.
And now Jeff Mathis coming to the plate. By the way, I did remember the Braves throwing a combined no-hitter, but it was not recently. It was 1991.
Well, yeah, that's recently for your brain.
It was Kent Merker, Mark Wohlers, and Alejandro Pena who combined to no-hit the Padres back in 1991.
That just sort of came up in there in the subconscious.
I don't know. I remember the Braves being for some reason I was thinking it was just not
recently.
That long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't, old man.
By the way, Kent Merker and Vida Blue are the only guys to throw a no-hitter as a starter and also be involved in a combined no-hitter.
Well, that just happened a little bit ago.
Vida Blue just threw his a couple of weeks ago, I think.
I just remember him throwing it in 70.
A full count now to Mathis. The 95th pitch of the day for Derek Lowe is a little tapper right out in front of the plate. Santana jumps on it, throws out his fellow catcher, and the inning is over. Stretch time in Cleveland. Indians on top 4-2 in our 7th inning stretch, brought to you by the Cleveland Clinic, where every life deserves world-class care. Call 216-444-CARE for an appointment today.
home of the Sealy Posturepedic mattress, made right here in Northeast Ohio. And by Burger King, proud sponsor of opening week baseball.
Look in from our Panini's camera. Get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. 4-2 Cleveland as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and the Toronto Blue Jays will go to their bullpen.
Villanueva.
Carlos Villanueva, 2 1/3 against the Indians on opening day. And now let's take a look at our highlight reel, brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And Carlos Santana on his 26th birthday, having a fantastic afternoon with a solo blast to center. And then put the Indians on top for the second time today with his second home run.
Well, he did the damage to Carino, no doubt about it. A couple of home runs, 3 RBIs, so celebrating a very good day for him. Hanahan drove in the only other Indians run. That was back in the 2nd inning with a 2-out single.
Jack Hanahan, Michael Brantley is Drupal Cabrera for the Indians here in the bottom of the 7th. Those Clouds moving out of here in a hurry now, aren't they?
Sort of like it.
Bright sunshine now here at Progressive Field as Hanahan steps in. Jack, a 2-out RBI hit back in the 2nd inning. Bounced into an inning-ending double play in the 4th. Showing bunt takes it low for ball 1. That's up high. 2-0. That's low. 3 balls, no strikes. And Jack takes it's a called strike, 3-1. Back-to-back strikes after Villanueva fell behind 3-0, and it's a full count.
And leading off, why not make him throw 3 straight strikes? Try and get that first man aboard. Get something going to add on. A couple innings left in this game.
The payoff pitch is low, ball 4. Leadoff man aboard here in the 7th. Every time the Indians homer this year, Rick and I are donating $5 each to the Gathering Place, and Great Clips will donate $50. Our season total, $300, thanks to Carlos Santana's bombs today. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. Michael Brantley has walked twice and grounded out once. Brett Lawrie comes in on the grass at 3rd. And Brantley is swing and a miss. If Hanahan's at second base, this is an automatic bunt situation. But with him being at first, Maniac electing to let him swing away.
Well, you have a 2-run lead here. You want to shoot for the hole and try and put guys on the corners. This is an Indians offense. You don't want to give up any outs unless you truly have to. You know, you got to get these guys going and get them firing on all cylinders, or at least swinging the bats.
caught the outside corner, and now Brantley down on the hole, 1-2. Did he hold up? He didn't go, says third base umpire Mark Carlson. And the count evens at 2-2.
See, Michael waits on the ball better than a lot of hitters. So rarely will you see him out on his front foot a lot, trying to get that barrel head started, because he uses the whole field. He waits on the baseball and gets a good look at it.
Hanahan drawing a throw. Brantley shoots one towards short. Escobar goes to second. Dropped the ball. Johnson dropped the ball, and everybody's safe.
Never cleanly made the catch. It was a double clutch from Escobar before he got it to Johnson, and that might have messed up the footwork of Johnson. And he never cleanly caught the ball. A lot of times you'll see it where the umpire says, yeah, he was taking it out, but he never really secured the baseball in his glove before he was transferring it, and it falls out. You see it just comes straight out. So that's got to be an error on him right there. Now the Indians with a chance to take advantage of it.
And as Dribble Cabrera will be the batter, 0 for 3. By the way, you talked earlier about that Boston-Detroit game being far from over. They're now tied 7-7, and they're still slugging it out.
We may be home and done with Easter dinner and having dessert before we see the final of that game.
Let's hope, brother. As Dribble Cabrera looks at the ball outside.
We paid our dues the last 2 days. I'm sorry. We've been there. It's somebody else's turn.
Let them play about 18, 19 innings.
They can play as long as they want, as long as we get a W and get out of here today.
Big moment in the game for the Indians right here as Cabrera swings and misses, and it's 1-1. They lead by 2, but really a chance to widen the margin. It's inside, 2 balls and a strike. Jack Hanahan at second, Michael Brantley at first. Nobody out in the 7th inning. Cabrera with a good situation here, a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Villanueva taking a long time. Now he's ready. Pop foul out of play. Villanueva with a 2-2, and he strikes him out. 1 down here in the 7th.
There you'll see the breaking ball, and he takes off enough. Cabrera swings over the top. He gets the first out. So the men remain at first and second.
Shin-Soo Choo 1 for 3. He singled and scored his last time up. You remember his last time up, Chu just took a pitch and lined it the other way to left. Sometimes it's that kind of approach that you see a hitter take, get a base hit, and then all of a sudden the hits start coming in bunches, especially for a hitter with the talent of Chu. Big swing came up empty.
Well, you were talking earlier about, offensively, you can put up some good at-bats and good approaches, but you certainly do have to see results eventually, to get that confidence going as a hitter. I mean, you can sit down, and hitting's a tough thing to do. And you're going to fail at it more times than you don't, but when you can see results by getting a hit the other way, that just, okay, let's go. Now I'm going. You just have to see that ball drop and get a hit.
Chu thought this was low, and
He's
it was
right
at the knees at best.
It's all right, not a pitch you want to swing at. Now you have to really work hard.
Stays alive. Carlos Santana waiting on deck. He's already had quite an afternoon.
Yes, he has. He's sorry to see Carreño go.
The 0-2. Big bouncer toward first. Lynn goes to second. They get the out there. Escobar goes behind the runner. No play at third. And the Indians have him at the corners with 2 down now. Let's pause once again for station identification. You're listening to Cleveland Indians baseball. With Rick Manning and Katie Witham, I'm Matt Underwood. It's a 4-2 Indians lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Tried with 2 on, 2 out. Carlos Santana with 2 home runs already on the day, celebrating his 26th birthday here this afternoon, and now looking for more. That pitch outside. And a big chopper slowly hit to second. That will end the inning. So the Indians threaten, they do not score, and we'll go to the 8th, 4-2 Cleveland.
eagle.
I saw that. Yeah. Where's he at in this?
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
(4-2) Indians as we go to the 8th inning. Derek Lowe went 7 strong innings, just 1 earned run allowed on 5 hits. And Joe Smith takes over now for the Indians bullpen. Aaron Cunningham replacing Shelley Duncan in left field.
Well, you look at Lowe last year, he had 34 starts. Only 3 times did he go 7 innings. And what's he do today in his first outing? It's a 3rd consecutive. Very good start for an Indian starter.
Well, they have made an official scoring change, so no earned runs for Derek Lowe.
That's what it should have been to begin with. So you add an error onto the board then, right?
In any event, it's up to Joe Smith in the bullpen now. Yunel Escobar 0 for 3 on the day. All 3 times he grounded to short against Derek Lowe. Hit that off of his foot. Escobar's thinking, whew, finally I don't have to face Derek Lowe. What do you get? A sidearm sinker baller. Did you see that? Tried to check his swing, and then the bat just flipped out of his hands.
That's one way of not bringing it forward, isn't it? Just let it go. Watch. Oops, he wanted to bring it back, and there it goes.
Lucky for him that didn't fly back and hit the umpire. He goes down swinging anyway. 1 down. Now it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Derek Lowe, tell you what, these starters have been sensational. You can't ask for anything more than they've given you.
They've been very, very good. You know, the ground ball extreme, that's just what he is. A sinker baller, got a double play when he needed it. He kept his infielders working, and that's something we expect to see from him a lot this year.
How about that? A 1.23 ERA so far for the starters.
Well, that's good, but you still want wins, so you've got to hold on. The bullpen now has to shut the door on this one to keep it 4-2.
Kelly Johnson 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. And count now 2-1. Rafael Perez up throwing in the Indians bullpen. And Johnson with a base hit to left field, and now Jose Bautista will be the batter representing the tying run. Bautista has walked and flied out, plus he has grounded out. Takes ball 1. 3 for 10 with a homer in this series for Bautista. And a strike called to even the count. Rafael Perez has now stopped throwing in the Indians bullpen, and Vinny Pastano is starting to heat up. Bautista thought it was low and might have a legitimate gripe there. It's 1-1. Boy, he really got in his kitchen that time. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, now he'll change his approach. You know, that's the one good thing if you can get ahead of Batista. His approach changes. Now he'll try and put the ball in play and get a base hit as opposed to try and tie the game up with one swing.
Line
like
drive,
that.
Base hit to right field. Chu plays it back on his heels, but Johnson still holds at second base.
That's how dangerous that guy is. That's what I'm talking about. And we witnessed it all 3 games in the series. When you get 2 strikes on this guy, okay, good. He may not try and shoot you for a home run, but he's going to shorten his swing and try and get a base hit. This is just perfect hitting.
Yeah.
Here's your guy that hit 43 home runs last year that says, I got 2 strikes on me. Let me go. More hitters should take that approach. That's an excellent approach. He gets a base hit, and it's first and second now.
As I said, Rafael Perez was up in the Indians' bullpen. I assumed he was up in case he had to face Lynn, but Maniacta got Vinny Pistano up now. Perez has set down, so he stays with Joe Smith with 2 on and 1 out to face the lefty Lynn. And a strike call to make the count 0-2. The 2-strike pitch. Up and in.
Oh, boy.
Two on for Toronto with 1 out here in the 8th. And the Indians up 4-2. Fouled back out of play. And a line drive base hit into right field. Johnson coming around third. They're going to wave him home. Chu's throw to the plate. Too high. Santana comes down. And he misses with the tag. And the run scores. It's a 4-3 ball game as the Indians lead cut to a single run. Boy, Santana did a heck of a job to go up and snag that throw. And then almost tagged out Johnson, but couldn't quite get him.
Well, there you go. That pitch inside that Lynn just turns on and hits it hard. That thing stayed on the plate for a strike, and another Chu throw coming to the dish and a chance for the runner. And you can see he stayed up. I don't know why he didn't slide. I want to know who the next hitter is. They've got, oh, there he is. He's telling them to get down. You can see it in your replay.
Ooh, just missed
the
it.
Swipe tag. If he slides, it's not even close. Johnson made it so much closer by staying up. But 3 consecutive singles is going to send Joe Smith to the showers and bring in Vinny Pistano. But here come Toronto.
Timeout, 4-3 Indians. Vinny Pistano coming on to pitch now for the Indians with Blue Jays at first and second and one out in a one-run game here in the 8th inning.
Pinch runner Rajai Davis coming on for Lind, who just got the base hit coming out of the game. He will be the go-ahead run for Toronto at first base. So Pistano coming on to face a power hitter in Encarnacion. And then you have Brett Lawrie, who's following. He'd love to get a ground ball double play to get out of it. Only one out here. 4-3 ball game. 3 consecutive hits given up by Joe Smith.
Encarnacion awaits the pitch, takes a strike. Fouled back, it's 0-2. By the way, Jonathan Neese has lost his bid at a no-hitter today for the New York Mets. Atlanta has scored 4 times. New York still leads that game 7-4 in the 7th inning. But Baltimore's Jason Hamill has no-hit Minnesota through 7. So he'll take a no-hitter into the 8th in Baltimore, where the Orioles lead the Twins 3-0. The 0-2 to Encarnacion is fouled back, and that got a piece of the umpire, Mike Everett.
Boy, did it ever. Look at it right in the right arm. Bicep area. Watch this thing straight back. Ouch. Right off the number on his sleeve. That's where catchers go out and give them a little break. They know what it's like when they take the foul tips. The umpire will stall for time right now. Santana doing that for Mike Everett.
A no ball, 2-strike count on Encarnacion.
Yes,
he couldn't hold up. He went around, and that's out number 2.
Comes back with that slider after he threw a good pitch before that was a fastball that he fouled off Everett. But comes back with a ball not even close to the strike zone, and you can see when you're down in the count, he swung at a bad pitch and goes down walking. So 1 out away from getting out of it.
Brett Lawrie drove in a run with a sacrifice fly back in the 4th. And he takes a strike. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Pistano has thrown 6 pitches, 6 strikes. Try to keep it right here with the Indians leading by 1. Little bit wide of the mark. Crowd wanted a punch out.
Well, good pitch anyway. I mean, 0-2, he's trying to get him to chase it, but it is off the dish. Santana sitting well off the plate. That's a good 6 inches outside. Maybe more than that, but that's still a good pitch. He can't hit it. If he wants to chase it, go ahead.
Here's the 1-2. Got him. Oh, no, Santana couldn't hold on.
Did
Boy,
he foul it? That's what I want to know.
Got a piece of it, but Carlos just couldn't quite corral it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure he got a piece of it. It was hard to hear. Yeah, he did. You could see it deflect, and it just bounced out of the glove.
Two on, 2 out. Tribe leads 4-3 in the 8th. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Brett Lawrie. Up and away. Pretty good battle here. Castano sets, he deals. And a full count now for Laurie.
Well, now they get a head start, so you're not going to have a chance to really throw a guy out with any base hit. Anybody on the infield have to go to first base.
Time called. Laurie steps away. The tying run, Bautista is at second. Davis representing the go-ahead run at first. They'll be off with this 3-2 pitch, and now Santana calls time. He wants to go out and talk to Pistano.
Well, he wants to make sure that they're on the exact same page, and you have to in a situation like this. Doesn't matter what you put down. You better be sure you know what's coming, what he wants to throw. This is the save of the ball game right here. I mean, we can look at it in the ninth inning, but it's coming right here.
Pitching coach Scott Rudinsky anxiously awaiting this 3-2 pitch, as are we all. The runners go. And a swing and a miss. Pistano gets him. The Blue Jays get a run, but they strand a pair. And we'll go to the last of the eighth, 4-3 Cleveland. 4-3 Indians, 9th inning. And Chris Perez on for the Indians. He's already pitched in 2 games. He had the meltdown in the opener, but came back yesterday with a terrific outing in a tie game. Now entrusted with a 1-run lead, he'll face the bottom third of the Blue Jays order. And will be Eric Thames, Colby Rasmus, and Jeff Mathis, although they could go to a pinch hitter for Mathis. And a first pitch strike to Eric Thames. Line drive, base hit to left field. Cunningham cuts it off. And the Blue Jays have the tying run aboard to start the ninth.
Well, this is the second straight time that Thames came up in a situation to lead off an inning. He did it in the 7th. Went the other way, did a nice job against Joe Smith. And he got a base hit that way, so he stayed with the same idea and gets a base hit off Chris Perez. So the leadoff man aboard.
Colby Rasmus 0 for 3. Fouled right back.
Last year, Chris Perez in 1-run situations, 19 for 22 in save situations. Much harder. His first one this year had a three-run situation, or three-run save.
Fastball strike, it's 0-2. He only had 4 blown saves last year, so 3 of them were in the one-run situations.
Like I said, this save came last inning anyway when Pastano came on and they had 2 runners on and he got back-to-back strikeouts. That was really the save there. Now you just got to get the last 3 outs.
Rasmus pops it in the air to left. Cunningham charging in. He's got it 1 away. The Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show comes your way after the ball game on Sports Time Ohio. We'll have the highlights, talk to one of the heroes, and get you set up for the White Sox series, which begins tomorrow night.
Who's our pinch hitter here?
I'm waiting to see.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Francisco, former Indian.
He likes the heater.
And a first pitch breaking ball outside, 1-0.
It doesn't matter. He's always liked the fastball coming up with the Indians. We knew that. Middle in, he loves to turn on it, and he can hit. He's got a little pop in the bat. Coming over from the Philadelphia Phillies back in December.
He went to the Phillies as part of the Cliff Lee package. Jammed him, rolled to short. Cabrera bobbles it, doesn't get it out. Everybody's safe, and the inning stays alive.
Boy, oh boy.
My goodness.
That's game, set, point right there. You get the ball, you touch second, you throw to first. Again, now the error will prolong the inning. He jams Francisco. And even if you don't turn it, you just have to get the one. It looks like maybe he rushed it a hair. Never caught it cleanly. Tried to pick it back up barehanded and keep his foot on the base, but he gets his foot in there. And boy, a big mistake and a break for Toronto.
So 2 on with 1 out. And Yunel Escobar coming to the plate. There's a fastball strike to the Blue Jays leadoff man, who has gone 2 for 18 in this series. Swung on and missed, and Escobar that time did hit the umpire.
That's the second time today that a bat has come out of his hand, and yeah, that didn't feel good. Mike Everett, I don't know where it hit him.
Looked like it got him in the rib cage, Arch.
Well, here he comes. Jeff coming out of the
I think
Indians
it was the barrel that caught him, too.
Let's take a look here. Ball, right in the chest, right under the logo. I mean, he has protection there, but folks, that hurts right there. Dead smack into the chest protector. He may not be able to call a strike loud enough you could hear it. They knocked the wind out of him.
He might grab Escobar if he strikes out.
My goodness.
The 2-strike pitch. Outside, 1-2. Indians hanging on by a thread here in the ninth. 2 on with 1 out. And Yunel Escobar down on the count 1-2. Fouled out of play. Thames at second, Ben Francisco at first. Perez ready, he fires. And it's fouled back over the screen. Here's the pitch. Slowly chopped foul. And the battle ensues. 14 pitches by Chris Perez. 12 of those have been strikes. And he's been ahead, so Escobar has had to.
Yeah, he's fallen off some pitches to stay alive. You're not kidding.
Swung on and missed. He got him. 2 down in the ninth.
He puts that heater on the outside edge. I mean, that's a perfect pitch because you can't take it. If you do, it may be called. You can't hit it. He just tried to foul it off. He couldn't do it. That's an outstanding pitch by Perez.
Kelly Johnson, 2 hits on the afternoon, 5 hits in the series.
Well, this is the guy you want to get right here. Toronto 0 for 8 today with 2 outs. They get 0 for 9.
Down the outside corner. And the 0-1 pitch. Ooh, close. Did not get the call. A little bit inside. Back over the screen. A ball and 2 strikes with 2 on and 2 out in the ninth. And the Indians lead it by a run. 1 strike away from their first win of the year. This Easter Sunday crowd ready to celebrate if Chris Perez can finish it off. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled right back to the screen. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Perez now with the 2-2. And that's fouled out of play. Well, he's thrown 21 pitches, 17 strikes. He has continued to just attack, but these Blue Jay hitters, Johnson and before him,
Escobar,
they've been fighting and fouling everything off.
They sure have. They've been scraping to stay alive, but Perez has continued to make pretty darn good pitches.
2-2. Full count. And Jose Bautista lurking in the on-deck circle. It'll be at least an 8-pitch at bat for Kelly Johnson. CP ready. The payoff pitch. The runners go, and it's fouled right back. Eric Thames kind of fell asleep at second base. Ben Francisco was halfway to second before Thames took off. Thames, the runner at second base. Forgot that there were 2 outs. This is a 3-2 situation, so everybody's moving. The payoff is low, ball 4, and they're loaded up for Bautista. The guy you absolutely did not want to have to see bat in this inning is coming to the plate, and we're going to get a visit now from Scott Radinsky, the Indians pitching coach, out to talk with Perez.
No, he's made some good pitches. He really has. But they are certainly making him work to try and get this save. Now, I mean, there's no room for error. They have the bases loaded. You got one of the better hitters up in the game. But I'll tell you, since that error, it's the error that has kept this inning going and has put extra pressure on Perez. This ball game should have been over a long time ago.
Absolutely.
16 pitches since Cabrera's error, and it should have been a Cabrera grab it, step on the bag, throw to first. Didn't work out that way, and all the pressure has been on Chris Perez. So let's hope he can get one of the toughest outs in the game right here for the save, because he will certainly have to work for it.
Here's the set and the pitch, and strike called. Thames, Francisco, and Johnson are the base runners. And that's outside to even the count. Up high, 2-1. That wind really whipping down on the field. Popped him up. As Dribble Cabrera calling for it. Now Hanahan says nope. As Dribble falling for it, he's got it. Behind the mound. Seemed like that ball took a month before it would come down out of the sky, and the Indians hang on for the victory. 4-3 the final score here today.
Well, you want to talk about having to work for a save. Woo. I'm telling you what, you better tip your hat and give him all the credit in the world. That big man had to work hard. He got it done. The Indians get in the win column. Wow, good ball game.
Chris Perez really did a heck of a job.
He sure did.
To get this save today, picking up his defense behind him, and the Indians get in the win column for the first time. And what a day for the birthday boy, Carlos Santana. With 2 home runs, our key play of the game brought to you by KeyBank, home of relationship rewards. Earn reward points, redeem for gifts.
We had 2 saves in this game. Here comes the first one. And when it's Bastano, he came out and got back-to-back strikeouts to end that 8th inning when they had a couple runners on and a chance to put it away. or at least come in and tie it up. They couldn't do it. Vinny gets his save, turned it over to Perez. That was a good one. That's going to be our key play of the game.
So a terrific win for the Indians. 4-3 is the final score. We've got the Conrad's postgame show over on Sports Time Ohio. For Rick Manning, I'm Matt Underwood. Thanks for watching.